Hello everybody, welcome back to the Germany immersion series. As you can see, I've added video for your viewing pleasure. And we'll continue our march on to Moscow. And we'll try to create some pockets, try to eliminate, well, capture the most Soviets possible as we move on to Moscow. As you can see, we have drawn a few very intricate strategic lines, and we'll try to follow them. There we go. Everybody go Slayer mode. We're creating pockets here and there. Ah, nice, I'm getting some new unassigned divisions. That's good, because I'm actually going to create a new army. With a decent defensive general. Yeah, Walter Kruger. Ah, Paul Hauser. We'll take him. We'll assign him onto my offensive army, because I will be creating a new template for an automotive division to exploit my well, my spearheads a little better. I'll just wait for them to deploy and I'll convert them. Great. Ooh, I'm gonna research the last anti-air. Let's be done with it, right? We don't need expeditionary forces. And we just march on. Yes. Guderian is leading the charge onto Moscow. Very valiantly and convincingly. I think he's leveled. What am I actually waiting for? I think I'm waiting to get adaptable. He's already a panzer expert, obviously. I'm actually not sure. Sorry to be so unclear. Whenever you're pushing headlong into your enemy's territory, you may want to redraw the front lines every now and then. There you go. Tanks move over. Let's just close this pocket for onto the airport. This is gonna lock in a fair amount of Soviets again. There you go. Almighty right click incoming. Bam. I'm sorry guys, but you're going to have to go to camp. Yes. So I'm keeping it on 5 speed. We should be able to progress onto Moscow fairly soon. We've researched the last infantry upgrade. Really cool. We can now move on to... I might as well get the last... yeah, I think we're more or less done or on the way with everything. Really cool. Maybe upgrade my mountaineers, but I think I'll just get a little more soft attack for motorized, mechanized, and all my infantry. Let's finish it. That deployment should definitely go on to the general. Onto this guy. He can basically keep this area occupied, and you'll get a nice new army, fresh. I doubt the army will be full in time before we're actually in Moscow, but let's see. It hasn't exactly been a blitzkrieg moving into Russia. I think we've taken our fair bit of time, but in doing so, made sure that you know. Things were done well, very thorough. I think we've done. I've tried to simulate the German planning model, right? We've taken our time. We're doing it very precise, and the Romanians and the Spanish have been a good help as well. Albeit I don't really see the Spanish here anymore. It's mostly Italians and Romanians, and they're doing. More or less fine here in the south. They could be overstretched. But we don't really mind. Get my last research bonus. Ooh. Did I? Yes, this is the moment, guys. I've researched the V2 rockets. So from now on, these rocket sites, they should be producing a bit of. Oh, they're actually not launching. Why on earth? Off, or they're not being killed enough. I actually don't know whether these are automatically replaced, or if I should. I should probably build some additional rocket sites, and that should cover. No room. Albeit the V2s have more range, so I can stash a few more rocket sites. Move them up the building order because I want those things done ASAP. Don't really care about the rest at this point. That is. Alright guys, keep moving on to Moscow. I think I'm gonna give Guderian half of these guys the immediate order to roll onto Moscow. The defenses have crumbled. Stalin's gonna have to pull a rabbit out of his hat in order to stop us now. I'm going to research the last carrier. So if we go for the end game, which I'm not sure I will, we'll have carriers on to move on to onto the USA. Oh, there he goes. Bam. Moscow is ours. The fall of Moscow. At last. German panzers smashed through the Soviet lines. So we've created a huge bulge into Russia. I will now redirect the panzers, not preemptively as Hitler did in reality. On to Leningrad. They can already start moving. Do we actually already have some infantry here? We don't really have infantry here. The infantry. So this is why I was creating the new army, because the infantry has a hard time covering the ground which the panzers make. So I'll create a new template. Since I have enough army experience, I'll start out from the top. You actually start up with a decent motorized division, right? This is the SS motorized division, but in this case we'll have to start anew because I threw it away early in the game. We'll start with some motorized infantry. I will add some light tank destroyers. You know, my famous martyrs. I'm not sure if they are. Well, for the movement, I'll add engineers. I'll add recon. That's probably going to be it in terms of support, because these units are designed to follow the panzers and basically hold their ground. Well, motorized. So and they can just be they can be 20 width. So what are we using? 450 motorized, a bit of support equipment, and 30 tank destroyers. They don't really need to be elite. Well, they should be elite. And I need to quickly check how many light tank destroyers are actually out. I'm out of light tank destroyers. Wow. What do you know? That is something. But I do have anti-air. So I'm actually going to add support anti-air to this unit as well. I think they should have. They have 70 organization. So that's fine. That's plenty. So support anti-air. It also improves all the key figures. I'm actually going to remove the light tank destroyers and add another motorized. There you go, 20 width. Well, this should come from the SS divisions, right? In terms of names, and they are the motorized infantry. I think that's a fair rename. There you go. You guys can all convert into my new motorized division. Don't need any orders. You can try to hold this bit of front, and I want you to move there ASAP. And I think these guys should stick around Moscow. Until the motorized get here, or any of the other the infantry get here to mop up. Guys, just clean it. Ah, spare mills. Good. Because I just noticed I ran out of light tanks, destroyers. So, there you go. Add a few additional guys. Oh yeah, and I forgot to switch over my infantry equipment, which is good, because I'll do that right now. Infantry equipment 3. Add a little more production. I'm not going to build the rocket interceptors, which we have here. And everything should be swell. So the rockets are not really landing on London yet, which is fine, because the British actually moved some of their planes from the Channel to defend their homeland, which is fine by me. We are dominating the English Channel, shooting down a lot more planes. So they, well, it's almost 3-1 in terms of their fighters lost compared to mine. I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that. So this can continue for a bit. As soon as I don't really need any fighters on the Eastern Front anymore, then I can move them over to England. Half of you guys go there, half of you guys go there as well. Ah, there you go, the motorized already arriving. They're fast, right? Basically, you can sit back, relax, have a drink, and let the AI walk in. I can actually, I can give you guys a new order. Your prior order was more or less complete. What are you guys doing here? Just get in. The front is, I can fairly say, a bit too large for 4 armies, because only these 4 armies are holding the entire front. So I think we may be seeing some gaps. I can actually move. Yeah, this whole bulge here is just lengthening the front line by so much. But these Russians here, these Soviets, and Chinese, they should get stuck here when the panzers move north. Just checking if the defense of Moscow has been more or less arranged. You guys, you can move in. As soon as they've taken this first tile, they'll attack this tile, and I can assist attack. There you go. Control right click, gives you an assist attack. There you go, breaks like. Now one of you should go there, and you guys, you can close it. You can close the loop. Well, this is a pocket lesson, right? It's not so hard if the enemy actually has a weak front line. And well, these guys are struggling to find somewhere to go. The AI is trying to keep up. Abstand halten, yes, very good Very good order. I'm gonna delete the order and give him a new front line. Basically, you can have the whole front line, and it draws it up to here, which is slightly too long. Am I taking the right one? Yes, I did. I think we can shorten it. Up to here, I think, because I do want to move into Stalingrad, just for historical purposes. So move north first with the whole. Oh my God, you guys have such a big order. There you go. Move into Leningrad. Go, 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 go. Did we close? Yeah, we closed the pocket. New divisions, they can change into the motorized. They can be assigned to this army and onto this army's order, whatever it is. Be more or less around Moscow, I suppose. And there the panzers go. Where are you all? I'm gonna try to speed through this. I could also cut the recording, but that's not really my thing. How are we in terms of supply? Running out of supply here and there. Let's see if we can keep the areas repaired, which you're moving into, because we maintain the offensive. After we build rocket sites. Let's see, we actually built some new rockets. There you go. We have a new rocket site. These are the V2s. These are just, they're so nice. We're actually producing new ones. No, we're not really. So, how can we get rid of them? We just disband them. The V1s, they suck anyway. Just gonna get rid of all of them. Apparently they're not getting shot down, or they're not even being fired. There you go. V1s. They're actually out of range. Oh, that's too bad. I hope they will be in range from this site as well, but they're not. From here they are. And from this region, these are just V1s. You can disband all of them. You guys can be assigned to the blue army. There. At least they auto deploy and they get somewhere near. Good. Now go. I think at this stage it's just mopping up the Soviet Union. Try to try to keep the Air Force in the right position and continue on. Don't forget to press play. At least they got some planning bonus done. There you go, guys. Plow into the Soviet lines. This is no longer. I am definitely stronger now than the Soviet Union. We don't need to really be smart with pincers. I was gonna say this movie was about pincers, but I think it's about just creating huge pockets and mopping up Soviet troops. I think that's roughly it. Oh, we have some naval combat. It's already done. So generally, oh, there was a big battle here. A lot of battles. We're just wiping. So we're losing some airplanes, and the allies are just losing their whole losing the whole fleet. Same thing here. They're losing convoys, subs, everything they move in here. So even though England has had fairly quiet period, they're not being landed on. I think they are fairly weak. The only slight disappointing part is that America hasn't come into the war yet, but they well, they're going for limited intervention. All right. Let's see if they move on to me now. But we will be ready and waiting with our fully experienced army. Did I say you need a new order? You guys need a new order. You guys need to get into the mountains. ASAP. Go. Just move in. It's gonna create some supply issues. Yeah, figured as much. Cuban region. Oh, it's only in the south. That's not so bad. See, the Romanians are doing their fair share of work. Okay, as soon as we close this this huge pocket here, we'll eradicate them. Actually, in this what's it called? Yeah, Kurzem. I thought it was called. In reality, a part of the German, I'm not sure which army it was stuck here in the north, because Hitler was obviously ordering a lot of hold the line, don't move anywhere, and while actually the Germans were very capable of fighting a mobile defense, but they actually got stuck here, and they were stuck there until the end of the war, and only some of them managed to escape, and I think it's like only like a handful ever came back to Germany. It's a bit of a sad story. Now, are these guys actually out of supply? Not really. Not really. But sugar has capitulated. So, that tells me the our Japanese friends are not really doing that well. Go. While you guys are executing that order, let's check out our Japanese. Yeah, this is what I thought would happen. As you may recall, the Japanese were struggling moving into China, and they're trying to hold on to a few ports, and the Chinese have mostly overrun them. It's China who's taken their place, together with the Soviets. So the Japanese guys will be mostly stuck on their islands. Well, there you have it. Not sure what I'm sending them. Oh, not so much. Well, they're useless anyway. They're not such a great ally. Well, that could mean that is China actually? Well, they're in the common turn. Ah. Let's see how many Chinese actually pop up on this border in the Eastern Front. I doubt they'll ever be able to replace this, the Soviets at the rate that they're losing them. What have we here? Well, war bonds. War bonds could be that. Do I actually need any? At some point, I can increase my conscription. War economy. I don't think I need to change my export law. I'm not going to go for any of the research buffs. I don't need any of these either. So war bonds are fine, but I think I'll go for improved worker conditions and just improve my stability. Basically gives me a bit more production. Ah, so we finished the anti-air line. Great. We can move on to bigger things such as the encryption decryption. No, I don't want expeditionary forces. So I produced the last anti-air. Sorry about that. Where are you? Here we are. So I think I am going to wait with switching my artillery, but I can switch my anti-air. Reach the last one. There you go. Oh no! Not to infantry equipment. You idiot. Right, that just not sure that ruins more of the production. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't have any tungsten. That's a bit of a boo-boo. Greater Hungary. Go back. Venezuela. I'm actually importing safely from Venezuela now. Well, that's great. Tungsten. No, no, not enough. So I guess National Spain. Are they actually on close economy? That's just appalling. You're a bad ally. No way. So that I'm not sure when they changed that, but that's pretty bad for us. So we need to somehow gather from our neighbors all the tungsten we can get. Let's see if it's actually safe to import from Argentina. It's gonna import safely from Venezuela, then we may get safely import from there as well. It slightly improves my deficit, but I'm going to have to change the production. What do I not need as much of, which uses a lot of tungsten? Yeah, that's just disappointing. Well, light tank destroyers. I added a lot of those, right? Don't need as many as I ordered. How many are we lacking? 11 more. Where's that in terms of? I'm fine with that. Minus 7%. That's okay. All right. That's a bad ally for you. Close this pocket, please. Close this. And you guys just slice them in two. How are we doing in terms of inventory? Brilliantly. Actually on the plus on infantry equipment as well. I did notice that my my allies were so kind to send over some infantry equipment. I have a lot of fighters and a lot of close air support, which I can deploy to fight the allies. So let's do that. We're gonna make a big stack. 800. You guys can try to dominate England. The gas, I'm not sure where I need those. So we're dominating the skies here now. My guided missiles, let's see. Enemy fighters lost. Months. Enemy building bombs. Alright, so we're getting somewhere now. The V2s are actually landing. And yeah, so if you have a full stack of rockets, you need to change the production around, and you get your V2s. Yeah, they're also landing there. Oh, you should be strategic bombing, guys. You should also be strategic bombing. You as well. You should also be strategic bombing. They're over the reinforcement limit. What do you know? Ah, these are just V1s. Ah, so they auto deploy here, all of them. Because I tried to disband the air wing, but they deploy here somehow. How how do you get rid of them? Does anyone know? Yeah, you can't. Alright, well, fair enough. All the V1s are stuck in Northern Holland. So that's why I suppose in a normal multiplayer game you don't really go for the don't really go for the rockets. It's a bit of a hassle. So I'm losing a lot of rockets. They're able to shoot them down. We're going to have to add a few more fighters. I'll add them from the Eastern Front. I suppose I don't really need as many here anymore. Have you guys go here. Move on to England. Have you guys go here. Go on to England as well. So I suppose the English are trying to hold. Hold on to the air control. Wow, we're losing a lot of V2s. And we're losing a load of fighters compared to them. Yeah, so they have the home ground advantage. The anti-air guns are basically still tearing up the V2s. I'm a little bit surprised because the V2s are so fast. It says here our air defense is lower and the agility is lower, but the speed is higher. But speed is like 10 times higher. But apparently air defense and agility is a big thing. I think that's disappointing. You guys are just waiting, and you guys are also just waiting. But let's move in. What's this bit? Lithuanian Independent SSR. Are you? Yes, you're part of the Comintern. All right. Free dockyards. I don't really need anything. I suppose I can always use more carriers. But you do need to deploy somewhere useful. I would say in the Brittany. Maybe I should have finished the assembly line a bit earlier. Should we? So I'm getting a load of factories. I think my political power, yeah, is like near to nigh to zero, because I'm spending so much on occupation. We're occupying the Soviet Union doesn't cost that much yet. Polish Republic, Free France costs a lot. Good. You guys mop up. Yeah, so the Russian armies, they're out of supply, stuck here, just being thrashed. I wonder how my infantry. There we go. Stalingrad has already fallen as well. They've lost about 10 million men, the Russians. Got a lot of equipment from from the Lithuanian guys. Thank you for that. And Leningrad fell. Right, so my armies will redistribute. You should all be motorized. Yes, please. Gonna move the motorized here. Gonna also move the move the armor here, and they can basically go here, and you can also go there. They're not all railroading. I'm gonna ask them to do that. You guys should all railroad there as well. Right. I'm gonna consider this war won, and leave this on 5 speed for a bit. And I'm gonna see you guys next time for another episode, and I think we'll try to take over the UK, or think of what else to do with this game, because I think it's more or less won. We've defeated the Comintern. They will not be able to stop our onslaught. The Japanese front really helps, and we can just continue moving into Russia. They're not defeated yet, but that should not really take long. Definitely next episode they'll fall. See you then.